You want these guys to get better. Well, how do you do that? You get to the quarterback, right?
Period.
Aiden Hutchinson, a huge factor in all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal
Gotta
performance,
double him.
3 sacks in the first half.
You don't even have Romeo McCora back. And you don't have Josh Pascal. You don't have Levi Ozarike. It seems like the Lions are playing less and less mobile quarterbacks. You play Jalen Hurts week 1, you play Carson Wentz week 2, and you play a statue in Kirk Cousins week 3.
And the fact that you finally do have a pass rush this early on in the year, phenomenal. A+. Let's get right into it. Through 2 weeks, the Detroit Lions have generated the most pass rushes, or excuse me, quarterback pressures in the NFL with 48. Jeff, you spoke about this before the break. We spoke ad nauseum about this going into the year. You want Jeff Okudah to return, be healthy, and be a good player on this football team. You want Ermanni to take the next step. You want Tracy Walker to be a part of the team. Chase Lucas develop as a rookie. You want all these players in the secondary, even your linebackers, Malcolm Rodriguez, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes. You want these guys to get better. Well, how do you do that? You get to the quarterback, right?
Period.
You get to the opposing team's quarterback. What is the ultimate game plan for any good quarterback? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes?
Pressure him.
Pressure. 48 through 2 games, and it was really the Washington game where you saw legitimate quarterback pressure. To me, that is what a pass rush looks like. Aiden Hutchinson, a huge factor in all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal
Gotta
performance,
double him.
3 sacks in the first half. Injury concern a little bit going into this weekend, but regardless of the point, the Detroit Lions are building exactly not just what we discussed. Forget us for a second. What a competent football team builds.
Yeah.
They build within the trenches. They make sure they can get to opposing teams' quarterbacks. What more could you ask for? So far, 2-game sample size from this football team. I do believe as of right now, given the standard NFL window of a 3-year turnaround, 2 to 3 year turnaround, they are slightly ahead of schedule right now. Because with that kind of performance against Washington, Jeff, they're going to be a tough out against most teams on their schedule.
And I think Dan Orlovsky's point, too, because this is his point of why he thinks the Lions will make the playoffs. Number 1, you lead the NFL in quarterback pressures. Number 2, you average 4.6 yards before you even get touched at the line of scrimmage. So those 2 things, you look at playoff teams in general. Number 1, they can run the ball effectively. Number 2, they can pressure the quarterback. And I'm not saying the Lions are going to be world beaters at that, but you don't even have Romeo Okwara yet. And Julian Okwara has been playing excellent. He played last game. He made an impact, and he had a career year last year, so expect him to keep playing. But you don't even have Romeo Okwara back, and you don't have Josh Pascal. You don't have Levi Ozarike. John Comiskey's out for the unforeseeable future. And this team is still getting to the quarterback. I think that speaks a lot to, number 1, Aaron Glenn. Number 2, it speaks a lot to the defensive line in general with Aiden Hutchinson. You got to double team him. But really, Adam, this is why I'm buying more and more in, because before this team is still 8 wins, 8-win football team to me. I think they can sneak into the playoffs. But for a playoff team to be able to pressure the quarterback and to be able to run the ball effectively, situationally, you can do that. To me, that's a playoff team. I mean, the more and more I think about it, if you could do both those things, it's going to make your secondary better, which hence why Jeff Okudah has been playing better last 2 games. You're getting Ermanni back. If you could continue to pressure the quarterback like this, I mean, you're playing, it seems like the Lions are playing less and less mobile quarterbacks. You play Jalen Hurts week 1, you play Carson Wentz week 2, and you play a statue in Kirk Cousins week 3. So they're going to find success. It's just about really Aiden Hutchinson and how healthy is he, because if he's at 100%, Kirk's in for a long day.
We attribute success across the board. It's a team game at the end of the day. Now, do individuals shine in moments? Yes, they do. DeAndre Swift fell on his ass. Win for 6. Phenomenal, right?
Dude,
there are moments of individual brilliance, but it's a team game. And I can't ask Jeff Okudah, I can't ask Jerry Jacobs, I can't ask Ermanni, Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey. I can't ask anybody across the league to legitimately guard a wide receiver for 5, 6, 7 seconds in man coverage. Even in zone, they will find the spots. It is so difficult. And the fact that you finally do have a pass rush this early on in the year, phenomenal. A+. Again, Brad Holmes, what'd he do? Year 1.
Addressed it.
First round, Penei Sewell addresses the tackle position. Second round, Levi Ozarike. Third round, Aleem McNeil. Doubles down on the interior line on defense. Okay, cool. I like it. Gets Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round. That has become quite the steal. Mm-hmm. You go to this year. Aiden Hutchinson, number two
Number
overall.
two.
Jameson Williams, wide receiver, explosive. You need one of those in the NFL. Okay? To be determined on him, he hasn't played yet, but still.
Right.
You just understand the concept of what Brad is doing here. Second round, what does he do? And again, I know he hasn't played a game yet. You double down on edge rushers. Why? You have to get to the opposing team's quarterback, especially when Aaron Rodgers is in your division, when you have an NFC that is fielded of Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray, even Dak Prescott if you want to consider him. Kirk Cousins, you're playing Kirk Cousins on Sunday. You want to see the Kirk Cousins that we saw on Monday? How do you replicate that, Jeff? Not because of an individual performance like Darius Slay. No. Get to the quarterback.
Get to him. Eagles did that. And also with this Lions team, which is crazy to think about, I get the pressure because that's important. Getting to the quarterback, pressuring the quarterback. They're tied for fourth right now in the NFL in sacks. I mean, and they have 6. 3 of those come from Aiden Hutchinson. And I guess it is too early to really judge how good this defense is going to be because right now they're giving up one of among the most points in football. So obviously they're giving up points. But those small things, like you have to be able to stop the run. Which defensive line performance are we going to see? Are we going to see week 1 against the Eagles? Eagles were able to run the ball effectively. Week 2, the Commanders, they weren't able to run the ball. In week 3, Minnesota, you're facing Dalvin Cook, who's coming off back-to-back bad performances. Can you stop the run or at least be effective with it? That's the question I still have because getting to the quarterback's important, but you also got to be able to stop the run. And facing a guy like Dalvin Cook this week, looking to have a bounce-back performance from his previous 2 games, that's what I'm keying in on too because you got to pressure Kirk, of course. But if they're able to run the ball with Dalvin Cook, that's going to cause some issues like the Eagles had in week 1.
Well, look, coming up 8:45, we are going to get to that defensive front.
That's going to be important.
And why it's so key to slowing down this Minnesota offense. You saw Philly do a hell of a job with it. Ben Johnson at 8:30, quote, "We are not hitting our stride and we're not clicking on all cylinders." Quite. If 35 and a half isn't clicking on all cylinders, watch out. But you know what? I actually love it because it has nothing to do with the output, has nothing to do with the points. It's execution. Execution.
X's and
That's
O's.
all it's about. Hey, guys, I don't think we did a good enough job executing X, Y, and Z. Phenomenal coaching, man. Honestly, honest
It
to
seems
God.
like him and Amon-Ra are just both perfectionists. Like they even if
You
they're,
need that.
You do.
You think Sean McVay is not a perfectionist?
He is.
You think Cooper Kupp is not a perfectionist?
Those guys
Andy
are.
Reid, Mike Tomlin. By the way, Thursday night we haven't talked about it, have we? Thursday night football last night. Can I tip my cap or give a dozen of roses to Kevin Stefanski and the Browns? I gotta say, well done. To win that game at home. Again, 2-1 to start the year without your quarterback.
It's impressive.
Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, what they've done offensively to unlock both of them and give them both equal opportunity to be successful. Kevin Stefanski and that coaching staff is doing a hell of a job right now in Cleveland. To beat a Mike Tomlin team, yes, you're at home, but a Mike Tomlin team is no easy out.